And I'll be talking about our own safe systems approach, how we took it, and about the new research goal of CEDAR, the safe system implementation. Safe systems in the Netherlands is translated in the sustainable safety approach, and it's also been incorporated in many strategical plans. It is one of the first, together with Sweden, one of the first safe system approaches in the world. We started it early 90s with the first concepts of the safe system, and it's been our basis of our road design ever since, and it still guides us in every framework, road designs, for every new type of infrastructure or in our maintenance. As mentioned more often today, it's human-centered, so the human makes errors, and the infrastructure should accommodate for the errors the human make. And it also minimizes risks and their severity. There are 5 core principles of our sustainable safety approach, which is kind of similar to other approaches. I'd like to share you how we took it. So the first one is a clear division in functionality. So as you can also see on the picture, there are 3 main types of road. So very local roads that connect houses and on a most local level. And then one level up, those are roads that connect neighborhoods or between 50 and 80 kilometer per hour roads, sort of like that. And then on the highest level, we've got basically the motorways. And each of these road types have a different speed connected to it, and also its own type of road infrastructure design. So they have to operate in such a way that the human knows what speed to drive and how to behave safely. And also the road user is different per functionality. So on a local level, bicycles and cars might share the same road, but the higher you get, then they should be separated, of course. So that's basically the homogeneity and mass, speed, direction, and protection of road users. Another an important factor is the psychological part, which is the predictability of a road. So once you're driving on the road, you should behave in the right way. Actually, the road should be designed in such a way that you shouldn't have to guess what speed you should drive, but that should go automatically by the design of the road. So those are the 3 main principles of how a road should be designed. And then we all have a shared responsibility in that. And then also the road authorities, as you can see, also in the Netherlands and across Europe, the local level governments, but also national governments, they all play a role in this system. And we have to keep learning and innovating on the system as well. That's why we have frequent updates, so it doesn't stop at building a Vision Zero or a safe system. You have to keep updating this approach because of aging of population or new technologies, for instance. This all influences your infrastructure. And there's also this discussion on should you define Vision Zero or define it as maximum safety. So how it's defined in our new approach is that this desired mobility can be realized in the safest possible manner. And in the end, I think it really works, this approach. We're doing quite good in the Netherlands in terms of traffic safety, and all our visions, starting from the safe systems or the sustainable safety approach, up to policy goals, our design guidelines, and all education systems that are about traffic safety or road safety. It basically starts with our sustainable safety approach. So it's embedded really well in our country, and I think it's a good one. So to go a bit more into detail on how it translates into policy goals, we have a strategic plan to 2030 on how to work towards zero. So that's our strategic plan, and it incorporates somewhat more proactive approaches, or it states that we should do more proactive work. That we have a shared responsibility into this, as I already mentioned. And, well, most importantly, it also addresses certain specific focus areas that we should work on for the next upcoming years. There's one research I really I'd like to share with you from the SWOF, a really renowned Dutch research institute on road safety, and they've did some research on the value of zero. And they give some tips on how can you as a country actually reach that zero, or what are best practices from this. So I thought they were nice to share. So first one is to really use quantified goals that are measurable. So for instance, speed and alcohol, those are figures that you usually have data of, and you can make KPIs of those and set limits or targets to where you want to go. Those really help in setting policy guidelines and spending money in places where you want to lower your KPIs. And another really nice one is to use in-between steps or short-term goals. So I always say don't rush to zero. So just defining a zero in 2050 doesn't get you there, but defining a reduction of 50% by 2035 or something like that is much more realistic than just taking an end goal. So taking shorter steps might get you closer. And what also would be really helpful is to use a vision zero on very specific areas. So not on everything in traffic, but on very specific areas. So among children, school zones, or 30-kilometer-per-hour zones, or just whatever is important in your country at the moment. You use a vision zero on that and build forward from that point onwards. So those were the tips, and we should keep learning on the Vision Zero, of course, and that's why we are happy to have the research call on the CEDAR Safe System implementation as well. So we started last year with the tender, but we recently started the project on the CEDAR call on the Safe System implementation. 5 participating countries, the UK, Switzerland, Italy, Ireland, and the Netherlands are involved. And the consortium consists of Royal Haskoning DHV, LNAC, VITI, ACOM, and ETSC. Lots of abbreviations. We started last Friday, actually, so we really recently started this project, so I won't be giving any results yet. The research call will take about 2 years. We started this call because we had we have a challenge with implementing the safe system approach. It is an international best practice, of course. That's also why we're here. And it provides principles. It's good for policy documents, but it sort of lacks into how to get this in practice, how to get this how to realize this. So the program supports NRAs in the implementation of the safe systems approach, and we hope to have an action plan on how to actually implement a part of this into our road administrations. So there are 3 main research objectives in this call, of the CEDAR call. So first step is a literature review on how different NRAs have interpreted the safe systems and how are they doing. Next up is a cultural maturity assessment that evaluates how each NRA is adopting this specific safe system approach, and how is it doing in implementing, and how are people feeling about it. Do they, well, that's the cultural maturity part. How do they actually work along with this safety? And finally, but perhaps most importantly, of course, is the implementation support. So that's, in the end, it should provide a tool that will assist us in creating an action plan for actually working towards a safe system implementation. So hopefully that will be ready in 2 years, and will be made available on the CEDAR website, of course. So, thank you.